Welcome back to the Fleetwood Project. Today, we're gonna get this thing running. You know how I know that? Because we got some new parts. I did some dinking around off camera when I got home. It was so darn dark, you'd never ever see what I was doing. But, yeah, it actually almost wants to run, but it seems like cleaning the points wasn't quite enough. Because now, I got a temporary fuel system. Got an electronic fuel pump hooked to the carb. Got a little reserve tank of gas there. Also, just a tip, don't leave gas in those type of cups unless unless you're only doing it for a couple minutes, because that gas weakens that plastic fast. It'll eat it. But yeah, so we got a new cap and rotor and points, especially the points. Now, I might think, well, gee, for being new, these sure are, dusty. That's because new is kind of not the right word, more like newly used, because these parts actually are off my 63 Caddy. So I'm going to boop those on there, and we'll see if it starts. After a lot of bit of work on those points, let's see if they do the sparky thing. Yeah. I can't get my screwdriver in there. Come on. Well, sparking on the screwdriver, that's not very useful. Oh yeah. Like a magician. Okay, that seems to be working. Okay, for some reason I thought there was a lot of side-to-side play. There isn't. So, those are working. Let's put it back together. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't have to do that twice because I forgot the rotor. Anyways, we're going to get our temporary power supply, or fuel supply, hooked up to some power, and we're going to see what this thing does. Alrighty, we got our fuel running. I don't know why this doesn't want to focus anymore, but let's hop in the car. What do you think? I know what I think. Yeah. Alright, let me set you on the dash so it's not so shaky. Here. Whoops. Hey, you got to hear the horns. Alright, so we're not getting any go-go here. 50% of me says it's flooded, 50% of me says it's lean. At first it seemed to be lean, now it definitely acts like it's flooded now. The thing is you might notice, you might probably be screaming in the comments, oh my god, you didn't change the plug wires. That's for a good reason. I don't have a complete set, but I do have a few. So I'm going to change as many plug wires as I have, because I don't have any money. And then I'm going to change the plugs, because I do have a set of plugs. Hopefully that'll get it going. Alright guys, after that incredible disappointment, we're going to go banana mode. And that is, we're taking the gosh darn carburetor off of here. To most people that would have been the obvious first solution, but I'm not most people, and I wanted to try and get this running as is, so oh freaking well. The thing is that it is running lean. I confirmed it. I got good spark. Alright, so next mission, we're getting this Carter off of here. I believe this is a Carter. I do not think this is a Rochester, but we'll see when I take it off. I might be a moron. Correct me below, please. Sorry, I know. This camera work sucks, guys. I really wish I had a better camera, but I don't. Or better setup, whatever. This is just more proof we're not getting enough gas. Watch this. You guys hear that? Oh my god, you probably don't. But hey, guess what, guys? It freaking runs. I need that carburetor rebuilt. Oh my gosh. It tried to run on its own, guys. It tried to run on its own, guys. Whew, look at the smoke. Alright. Alright. Like I said, getting that fucking Rochester, or sorry, I don't even think that's a Rochester. Get that fucking Carter off of there. And, boop, rebuild it. Maybe not rebuild it, but definitely clean it. Rebuild it? Okay, fuck. Give me the money. Thanks. Bye. At the top of the Carter pulled apart here. I can definitely see why there is a problem. See, on this side, we got a little bit of gas. You know, it's relatively clean. Obviously, there's some gunk in there. It's not terrible, but then you go to the other side. Disgusting. I don't even know what that is. And this was bone dry. It's like got tiny droplet residual from who knows how long ago, and it's just dry. So we weren't getting gas over here, and that's going to be a problem. So we're going to go ahead and do a rebuild. Alrighty. Well, we have made some progress since the last time I talked. As I showed you, we take the carburetor off, and now it is nighttime again. Now we aren't going to put the Carter back on. Not for now. You see, I'm going to put this Rochester on. This is a 4GC carb. And we're going to put this one on for now. Why? Well, it's because I don't have a rebuild kit handy for the Carter. And I'm really trying to get a basis of how healthy is this engine. This is a known working carburetor off of the Flame 63 Cadillac that I have. Or I should say formerly known and working, because I don't know if it still works anymore, but it should. After all, it wasn't in the fire. Plus, I just rebuilt this before I put it on the car, so this is not going to be a permanent solution. This car just, it will never fit properly if I try to make this permanent carburetor. So I'm not gonna, but we're gonna put it on and see if it'll run. Cool. Now, are you ready to experience the 64 trying to start again and not run properly? I don't know, we'll see. Get this little thing primed up here. That's a secure connection if I've ever seen one. Got our little temporary tank again. Holy crap. Whoops. Oosh. It's like our floats are stuck. Whoops. Alright. I don't blame it. After what this carb has seen. Kinda. You might think, oh my god, don't do that. And to that I say, trust me, I know I don't want to do that. It's a carb I really care about, but it might be bad. It might be no good anymore. Remember, that was in a fire. Alright, let's refill our little temporary tank over here. Like I said, don't use those gosh darn plastic cups for very long, because that gas really does eat the plastic. And it gets bad. And this gas, I just want to say, just a mini rant about modern gas. This gas I bought 4 days ago. 4 days ago. Just saying, guys. And I bought it from Shell. Thought I could trust Shell. No, I can't. Maybe I can, I don't know. Let's see if it still does the thing. Well, it's not pouring everywhere. Or if it is pouring anywhere, it's pouring straight into the engine. So, basically I can't see it. So, alright guys. Let's try to start this bad Larry. What do you think? Whoops. Sorry guys, just had a brainwave. Geez, turns out, you know what? You need a key to start a car. Well, at least unless you want a hot wire, but... Actually, the accelerator pump works on this carb. Huh. It's not pissing out everywhere like I thought it was. The choke is wide open. That's not really helpful. Will it even let me? No. No. Yeah. Let me figure out the choke. That's like the one thing on this carb that doesn't work anymore. All right, come on. Just go. It really likes to fire on like 2 cylinders, and then the rest, it just doesn't. That starter really sucks. Man, now I gotta cut back to tomorrow. This is day 5, by the way. This looks all fast and stuff in video, but I've been working on this for 5 days now. I got a Rochester on there, but that's temporary once I rebuild the carter. But really, I'm not even using it right now because I'm just trying to use brake fluid. Or not brake fluid, starting fluid. You know, brake cleaner, whatever. Flammable stuff I've started many other cars on before. I noticed that my dwell was off. I adjusted the points. I actually put another set of brand new points because before I used points off the 63 Cadillac Res. This time I just went full brand new points, not even messing around with used parts. The cap and rotor are brand new, coil is brand new plugs are still there, most of the wires are new. I couldn't replace a couple, just don't have enough wires, and I can't keep dumping money into this right now. But got a little battery booster because the starter drains batteries like nobody's business, so my goodness, let's try. All right, I think we're ready. Maybe the moment of truth right now is about to happen. Maybe. Or not. This is a Cadillac after all. Oh man, come on. It's obviously not firing on all 8 when it does try to fire. It's kind of like it's firing on 4.5, maybe like 5. I can't say I'm surprised either, because again, these spark plug wires suck, but I can't replace them. And I don't even know, for all I know, could be the spark plug wires I put on, because spare parts revival, guys, parts revival. I have to wait for this thing to charge a little bit. It says it's ready, but this is 85 amps. This ancient, barely functional starter is in no mood to get this engine up and spinning at a decent speed, so we're gonna have to let it chill for a minute. Got a new coil in, got some wires, you know, more wires and plugs, carbs on there. We'll see what happens. I think I know the answer, but hey, maybe I'll be wrong. Hopefully I'll be wrong. Again, it fires on like 3 cylinders and then just decides, nah, I'm not interested. Hold on. Let me try a little harder. I know the plugs that are in it are good. because they're new. Gonna try something unprecedented with this project. Starting fluid. I would like to clarify this battery is not dead. It's a charged battery! What's for gets and shiggles? Replace the battery. We got the Carter back on. The Rochester was just no bueno. I believe the internals got melted in the fire. Even though it wasn't in the fire, it was close enough to where the heat was pretty bad, so. But I cleaned out the Carter. I know for a fact it's working. I tested it off car. So that should be fine. Our timing has been adjusted. That's why it was almost running last night. I just could not get the fuel delivery down. So hopefully this Carter will fix that and we can have a running car. Guess what, boys? We got a running engine. Yeah! It is very much not running on all 8, and I have no idea why. Oh, Jesus. It is really not wanting to run on 8, and I have no idea why, but right now it doesn't really want to rev, which I guess I'm not that surprised. Gonna give it a teeny bit more fuel, just a teeny bit, not even a half a turn, just a teeny little bit. Because it does not want to rev, which makes sense, because the accelerator pump on that carb is shot. As you could probably see, this thing is not playing around. This thing is like, I do not want to rev. It really doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't want to rev. I had it floored and it's just idling. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Well, let's see if we can get this thing to idle. Because so far I've had to keep my foot on the gas the entire time it's running, just to keep it alive. Or not my foot, my hand, because I'm doing this kind of like an awkward ape position. So it looks like battery friend needs some time to charge. That's not really surprising. Well, that's good news, I suppose. I have to say I suppose because there's obviously some kind of a problem if it doesn't want to rev. That could also be because my timing is very bizarre. I had to set it really advanced to get it to run. Because I wouldn't be surprised if this thing has like 0 compression. I don't know. Let me see if I can goof off with that a little bit. I'm also going to re-hook up the vacuum advance. Like I said, I got to let the battery charge for a little bit because it's getting low. Like I said, this starter kills batteries. Okay, that should be right about 6 degrees. That's the factory setting, by the way, 6 degrees. This thing has blow by like a freight train, which I'm not surprised. This thing has 114,000 or 121,000 miles on it, which is a lot for a car from '64. Back in the day, they didn't expect it to last 100,000 miles, never mind 120. So we'll let that charge up. Gonna give it one more go with the timing a little bit backed off, the vacuum advance actually hooked up. So maybe we can get that going. Probably not, to be completely frank with you. I don't know. You know, we might bring it back around, we might not bring it back around. It still doesn't want to run on more than 4.5 cylinders. Like 5, 6 at the very, very most. But we're definitely not running on all 8. And the entire ignition system's been replaced. There's 2 spark plug wires. That's the entire extent of what hasn't been replaced, is 2 spark plug wires. This battle area might be getting swapped out for another 429, or more likely my 390 out of the other Cadillac. The only problem with that, obviously, is that I don't know if a Turbo 400 would bolt up to a 390. If you got any information on that, leave it in the comments. You want to see this thing get swapped for a 390? Don't say rebuild this engine, because I can't afford it. Well, I mean, you can say it's freedom of speech, but it doesn't mean I'll do it. So that's good. We're doing... Things are happening over here. Man, this thing really is blow by galore. It's already puking up oil out through the breather. Hold on. I gotta bring you guys in here for this. Look at this thing. Ugh. This is fresh, well, you know, fresh-ish oil. It's already freaking coughing up oil like it's a freaking dying over here. Smoke. We definitely got good oil pressure, though. Well, not necessarily good oil pressure, but we definitely got good oil flow, because instantly the oil pressure light turns off, so yeah. Also, by the way, I want to show you something, because I just noticed this literally as I'm standing here. This camera work is terrible. Alright. Every single one of these I've ever seen is always like this. I've seen like 4 of them now. And if they're the original, somebody's put caulking or cement or epoxy or something on here. They must just always fail. Yeah, let's let this thing charge up and we'll be back. We got a charge in the battery now. Hopefully we're gonna, what we're trying to do right now is just to see if we can get this thing to idle kind of by itself. Where I don't have to be in the cabin, you know, messing with the gas, trying to keep it alive. Because personally, I haven't actually seen outside the car. Like you guys have, sort of. I straight up haven't yet. Because I've been in the car. So, hopefully let's see if we can get that set. Gotta not be a dingus. I gotta remember to put the... We're out of gas already? Are you kidding me? Jeez. I know it's because I got this thing running super rich right now, but... We went through nearly half a gallon of gas in that little drop it was running. Oh, another thing, I'm just gonna actually go ahead and turn down the fuel. I want it to not demand so much gas, but we'll see. I might have to turn it back up. It really wants that extra fuel. So I'll let it have it, you know, if it really wants it. Alright guys, I'm running out of time a little bit here. It's been just almost exactly 1 week, actually just over a week since the last episode. I'm gonna throw this together right now and see if I can get it out today. Hopefully I can. So it's kind of like a weekly, you know, project update thing. This has actually taken me 6 days to get running. No lie. Over 6 days, I've been working on this every single day, getting this trying to run. I think this engine's just a little bit too worn out to get it to run properly. Maybe there's something I'm doing wrong, and I just don't know about it. Even though the carter is definitely working properly, at least somewhat, right now I know it's not the best it could be. It needs to be rebuilt. Our ignition system is virtually brand new. The only thing that's left is 2 spark plug wires, but I'd replace them as a set, obviously. I think this thing's just kind of whipped. Just because it's so... That's just a criminally high amount of miles. 121,000 miles. On a car from 1964. But that's going to be all for today. Let me know what you want to see with this car. Let me know if I should try and get this 429 running properly and keep it in the car, or if you think I should go through the route of a 390. Any tips, tricks, whatever, leave it in the comments, whatever. Things you like and don't like, just let me know. And if you want to continue to see more about the Fleetwood, give that button a click or whatever they say, you know, so boop. Alrighty, have a good one. I'll see you next week for part 3. Where we'll actually be taking a little bit of a detour and looking through all the cool stuff I found.